In a peaceful mountain village surrounded by towering pine forests lived a young man named Aarav. He was known throughout the village as the strongest hiker. Every week, he climbed steep mountain trails, carrying food, blankets, and medicine to a quiet monastery hidden high above the clouds. The journey was long and exhausting, but Aarav never complained. The villagers admired his strength, determination, and cheerful spirit. One crisp autumn morning, just as the first rays of sunlight touched the mountains, Aarav began another climb. As he reached the start of the trail, he noticed an elderly traveler sitting beneath a large oak tree. His long white beard swayed gently in the breeze, and his calm eyes held a quiet wisdom. His name was Devendra Baba. As Aarav walked past, the old man smiled warmly. "You look strong, my son," he said. "Will you do one small favor for me?" Aarav stopped and nodded politely. "Of course, Baba." Devendra Baba reached into his cloth bag and took out a smooth gray stone. "This stone has no value," he said softly. "I only ask that you carry it with you until you reach the monastery." Aarav laughed. "Just one stone? That's easy." He placed it inside his backpack and continued his journey. For the first hour, everything felt normal. Birds sang among the pine trees. Cool mountain winds brushed against his face, and the sunlight filtered through the branches. His backpack felt no heavier than usual, but as the hours passed, something began to change. His shoulders started aching. His legs grew tired. Every step became slower than the last. The stone itself wasn't heavy, yet somehow, Aarav couldn't stop thinking about it. Why am I carrying this? What if Devendra Baba was testing me? What if this stone has no purpose at all? With every question that entered his mind, the backpack seemed to grow heavier. By late afternoon, the climb felt endless. Near sunset, Aarav met another traveler walking down the mountain. The traveler noticed Aarav breathing heavily and offered him a bottle of water. "You look exhausted," he said kindly. Aarav accepted the water with gratitude. "What makes your backpack so heavy?" the traveler asked. Aarav sighed. "A useless stone." The traveler smiled. "If it's useless, why don't you throw it away?" Aarav shook his head. "I gave my word. I promised I would carry it." So he thanked the traveler and continued climbing. By the time the monastery appeared above the clouds, Aarav felt completely drained. Every muscle in his body ached. Standing at the entrance was the monastery's elderly teacher, Acharya Anand. He welcomed Aarav with a gentle smile. "My son," he said, "you look as though you've climbed this mountain twice." Aarav smiled weakly and dropped his backpack onto the ground with relief. Acharya Anand opened the bag. Inside were food, blankets, medicine, and one small gray stone. The monk picked up the stone and looked at Aarav. "So, this is what exhausted you?" Aarav nodded. "Yes, Acharya." Acharya Anand smiled gently. "No." He placed the stone into Aarav's hand. "It weighs less than half a kilogram. The real weight was never inside your backpack. It was inside your mind." Aarav looked at him in confusion. The monk continued. "Every hour you questioned the stone. You argued with it. You became frustrated because of it. You imagined meanings that never existed. The stone never became heavier. Only your thoughts did." Acharya Anand walked outside the monastery and gently placed the stone beside the mountain path. He pointed toward it. "Look carefully. The mountain has not become smaller. The stone has not become lighter. The only thing that has changed is the person carrying it." Aarav stood silently. At that moment, memories began flooding into his mind. A harsh insult he had never forgotten. A failed opportunity that still haunted him. A friendship that had ended years ago. The guilt he carried every single morning. None of those moments still existed. Only the memories remained. Yet every day, he chose to carry them once again. Watching the sun slowly disappear behind the mountains, Acharya Anand spoke one final time. People believe life becomes difficult because of what happens to them. But more often, life becomes difficult because we refuse to stop carrying what has already ended. You can spend your entire life climbing mountains with yesterday on your back. Or you can put it down and discover that the mountain was never as heavy as you believed. Aarav quietly picked up the stone one last time. He walked to the side of the trail, gently placed it on the ground, closed his eyes, and smiled. His backpack weighed exactly the same as before. But for the first time in many years, his heart felt lighter than ever. The greatest burden in life is rarely what happens to us. It is what we continue carrying long after the moment